it going, everybody? LevelMDiecast, episode 80. Episode 80 diecast haul today. Yes, just regular episode 80. We're going to roll through. This is a pretty completionist heavy haul. A lot of Hot Wheels in here as well. This Ford GT, I think this one's from last year. So, actually 2020. So, I've been getting a little bit more serious about the Ford GTs. This is for the Gumball 3000. Nothing particularly fancy on the side. Used to use the PR5s. But a pretty standard version. Does have some print on the headlights, which is pretty nice, but no prints on the back, so we'll throw that in our stand right there. Also picked up a mystery Ford GT. Got this loose. This was a former mystery model. So this is the racing version of the newer GT. Looks pretty decent. So I'm going to have a little bit of print on the top as well. Nothing particularly fancy, so we'll throw that there. As I continue to go through and be completionist with stuff, I'm dropping everything everywhere, sorry about that. I am just cleaning up some older versions of some castings. So this is the MX-5 Miata. Nothing particularly fancy. I think this was a couple of years ago, 2021, for J Imports. Just a version I didn't have. Nothing particularly fancy, nothing fancy with it. Pretty straightforward. Looks good though. Details on it looks pretty good. So, I like it. I like it. A little bit of print for the hood pins as well. So, it's a decent casting from Hot Wheels. Throw that up there. Also, the Mazda RX-7. This is in the newest release of Neon Speeders this year. They do have this casting in there. So, I realized I had quite a few of these castings, but not a ton of them. This one is from 2021 as well. So I figured I would, pick some up as I come across them. Not a particular fan of this particular casting, but I do like chasing stuff down, being a completist. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to put that one up there. I got a slew of MX3s, or I'm sorry, RX3s, Mazda RX3s. Mad Mike right here. This was a former Supra. Is Supra this one as well. 2020 for this RX3. So, again, I have quite a few RX3s, but not that many. So, I know it seems a little bit Mazda heavy right now, but it's just the way it worked out. So, there is the Mad Mike with it. Interesting. So, I'll put that up there for an RX3. And then I got two more RX3s. These are recolors for the same year for 2021. They were duplicates right here. So, the black and the blue. So, we'll get our blue one out of there. There is the blue one. It says JDM L on there for JDM Legends. Number 3 on it, of course, because it's an RX3. Chrome base on this one. Looks good. I'm not sure what the name of those wheels are, but it looks okay. Nice that we get a little bit of extra print on the top of it. And then here is the other color. This one also gets that little bit of extra print as well. This one in a black base color with some green and yellow. It is the same deco. Same chrome base. It says it's good for a track, but I don't really agree with that based on the chin spoiler, but it says it's a track car, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, now I got a bunch of older 5-packs. I bought these specifically for 1 or 2 models each. This particular one right here, this one is from 2000. Hot Wheels was making some ridiculous packs back then. It's called Spider Slam. That's literally what this 5-pack is called. It's absurd. Spider Slam, which is just super fantasy. Really, really just terrible stuff. So these older 5-packs had like a lid that opened up. These are the 2 castings that I got it for. Just being a completionist, the Turbo Flame. So needed to get this Turbo Flame right here. It says Trapper on the side. Looks pretty ridiculous. But I needed it as a completionist, so throw that one on there. I also collect this this Chevy Stalker. This one says Yellow Jacket on the side. It's got some double blade wheels on there. Just a ridiculous deco. Just a ridiculous deco. Plastic body but a metal base. So Chevy Stalker, just it looks ridiculous. I'm gonna put that one over here. I also collected this casting, but I already have this one. This is the Power Pistons. So this one is in the X-Racer style of clear body. This is the original version of the casting as well. That had an opening hood on it, or opening canopy. Maybe this one doesn't open. Maybe it doesn't open. Looks like it opens to me. It still has the piece in there, but maybe they just molded it to be one piece. But Originally, that did open up, and then the last thing in here is this Sweet 16, I think, and this just some ugly car, just some ugly fantasy something or other. So we'll throw that to my right. All right, as you guys know, if you watched my latest completion haul video, collecting that Datsun 620 pickup now. So, of course, I had to go out and get this 5-pack to do that. So this is the Hot Wheels Nissan 5-pack. Now, I don't have any of the other castings in here, the other versions of these castings, but I have all these castings. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep the whole 5-pack. This is a much older 5-pack, but it's okay. Deco for this Nissan 240 Fairlady Z is okay. Not a huge fan of that particular casting. Let's put these guys on this side. The S13 looks pretty good. I do like the S13 on there. Red, white, and blue. It's got a bluish purple base, which looks kind of cool. And then just red rings on those PR5s. Full details in the back looks pretty good. Japanese writing on the side. Probably says Hot Wheels, probably. Not 100% sure, but probably. The Hasuka Skyline right here looks pretty decent. This one in purple with lace wheels. No prints on the front or the back, but it's okay. Just a little bit of silver print on the side. And of course, the Skyline in Hot Wheels with, of course, that cooler on the front. Throw that in there. And then, of course, is the R32. The R32 looks okay. It's got HKS and Sparko and some other stuff on the top. This one, the print's a little bit off center, but not too bad. And then, of course, it does have a little bit of print on the back. It's this Skyline. So I do have quite a few versions of this R32. So it really was fitting that I finally get that one. And then, of course, the Datsun 620 pickup. Since we're going to start collecting these castings down, I guess technically I'll collect all those. Just the way it works. Not a huge fan of JDM if you guys don't watch the channel. Just the way it is. Not a huge fan of JDM. But Datsun 72. So happy to add yet another one to that growing stable. All right, another ridiculous 5-pack from Hot Wheels. This one's called Insectoide. Again, only got it for 1 or 2 decos. This one is from 2000 as well. Just absolutely absurd. It really is. It's crazy because this stuff actually back then actually kind of sold like hotcakes, to be honest with you. So I find it a little bit interesting. So this is the particular casting that I bought the 5-pack for. Of course, I got to get it to complete. It says Insectoide on the side. It is chrome, which is a little bit better looking with a yellow and green clearish interior piece. So it's actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different parts to make this casting up. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I didn't realize that casting had so many parts to it. And I realized this one right here. Look at that. That one does not have the window piece. See, there's a window piece on the front. That one doesn't have a window piece. Hopefully it's in the package still. I'll have to look in that package, see if it popped out. But that's unfortunate because I'd have to get another 5-pack, which is kind of a bummer. Story of my life right there. All right, Chaparral. This is the Chaparral 2. I'll probably keep this one. I have 1 Chaparral in the collection. I like to at least have 2 of a casting. I know the casting looks good, but the deco is absolutely terrible. It's a solid metal casting as well. So I think I'm going to hold on to that one. So we'll put that guy there. And then, of course, the other ones in here is your Jaded, that same weird one from the other 5-pack. And then, of course, this guy, which harkens back to the, I think, Speed Beast era of the Blackwall era, where you used to have an opening canopy, which, of course, doesn't have an opening canopy anymore. So set that one to the side. Another 5-pack right here. This one I picked up for a couple of models. There's another one of those turbo flames in here. That one does have the window on it, thankfully. So this one is a little bit newer 5-pack. This one is from 2005. The design is much better. I like all the clear to it. So I'll pop this one open. We'll get the plastic out. The tape. Oh, let's see here. Oh, look at that. There's a little card in the back. I didn't realize there was cards in the back of these. So it's kind of interesting. It's a perforated card, so you can take it out. Theoretically, it's not cut correctly. The die is not cut correctly. But you could theoretically take that out, and then you'd have a little trading card. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's get that out of here. And then let me get a little blade right here so we can get the tape off of there. Always interesting with the tape. There we go. This is actually a very interesting 5-pack, the way that's packaged. There we go. So it's just a giant cover piece on there. Get that out of here. So I bought this for 2 versions. Now, I bought it for this version here. The disappointing thing about this is it doesn't include the wheelie bar. There's supposed to be a wheelie bar for this particular casting because, of course, it is a big drag bike. But it doesn't include the wheelie bar, so I'm a little disappointed. It's just not in the pack. They just didn't include it. But it's an okay casting. It's pretty much been clear-bodied its whole life. And then, of course, metal base. So just kind of throw that one right there. Collecting with the motorcycles. And then, of course, the turbo flame. There's the turbo flame right there. WT on the side. It was called something with WT. I forgot to say the name of it, but WT. So they do all have relatively matching decos. So there is our turbo flame. And then it comes with this guy as well. I already have this one, although I would collect this if I didn't already have it. The locomotive from the 96 first editions. This one is pretty cool. I have, I think I have every single version they did, but I'm pretty sure I have this version. But this would be in the collection if I needed it. It looks pretty good with the gold chrome, and then it comes with the submarine here, which has all these pieces that rotate. They definitely wouldn't make that nowadays because it's just too many parts. And then of course the baby stroller with the ridiculous engine on it. So that is the rest of that 5-pack. I got 2 more 5-packs to roll through right here. This one, Shark Park. Yes, Shark Park. Absurd. This one is also from 2000. So we'll pop this one out. So Shark Park. Now, I bought this one for a couple of models. Mainly for this one. This is I think this is the current gen, or at the time was the current Thunderbird casting, potentially, Ford Thunderbird. This one just says Great White on the side, which is a ridiculous deco. But the stock car is pretty cool. It uses some 5-spoke wheels, which look okay. But this is another casting I collect. They didn't do too many versions of this casting. Most of this casting was done in actual NASCAR. They didn't do very much of it outside of NASCAR, so that's one that I kind of am pursuing. Another one that I'm not looking for, but I will throw in the collection because I do collect these shark cars. So I will throw this in the collection, although I'm not particularly pursuing these to be completist. I'm just kind of throwing them in there as I get them. I'm not going to be a completist on that. And then the last one in here, this one I think is a little bit different than the single pack because this one was released on a single pack. This is the 90, I think this was a 96 first edition. No, this is a blue card. I forget what this one's called, but I collect this one too. This one I think is a little bit different. I guess I'll see which one's in the collection and see if it's different. If it's not different, then I guess I just won't keep it. So we'll put it right there. And then the last 2 models in there, of course, is the Chrysler Thunderbolt. It's a concept car. And then another one of those models we just talked about in the last 5-pack. All right, the last ridiculous 5-pack I have. I know it's like all generic stuff up here. It's crazy. This one right here, this one is called Extreme City. Extreme City. Man, 2000 as well. They are decoed up as like city support vehicles, but they use ridiculous castings. I only bought this for 1 single casting, and that's this one right here, which is the Shadowjet 2, because I collect the Shadowjet 2. This one appears to be taped, so we'll slide the tape off. This is literally the only one that I bought it for, is the Fire Crew for Extreme City. This is supposed to be the fire truck. Yes, this is the fire truck of the pack, which is absurd in and of itself. So we'll put that up there. And then the more absurdity here is this guy right here is supposed to be like a chemical response truck. This was a gimmick for this model. It does have a rotating section in there. It normally gets packaged like that in the single blisters. Now, one of the things about this casting, and it still exists here, this casting is notorious for not getting certain side passes. See, this one doesn't have side pass on this opposite side, but it's got it on this side. It was notorious for that in all of its life, for all the times that they used it. It had constantly been missing side passes. I don't know what the deal is about that one. Maybe it just didn't fit in the machine very well. This guy right here is supposed to be a subterranean recovery crew. which is just absurd. This top piece opens up. There's the details inside of it. It looks okay. This is kind of like a weird futuristic slash jet fighter type of something or other. And then this one right here with all these ridiculous blades and stuff on it. This guy is just the office of the mayor. So this is the mayor's car. This is what the mayor drives, which is, again, very absurd. Now, all this black you see on the outside here, that's actually metal, shockingly. The gray you see is plastic, and the red or the yellow is metal as well. There's a pretty good amount of metal on that casting, but it's an absurd casting. And then, of course, everybody knows this one. It is the Hypermite. That is the cop. The Hypermite is the cop to chase you down. I would never, ever collect this casting. I think this casting is an abomination, but I do enjoy the freestyleness of what that is. And I think that was actually a convention model at one point in time. It actually came with 2 Hypermites, though. They were opposite of each other in the blister, if I remember correctly. All right, let's move on to some other stuff. I do have a couple of these Hot Wheels street bikes, getting very, very, very close to being completely done with them. There is this entire particular mix that it talks about in the back here. I do have all of them now, including this guy right here, the Street Nose, which is, I don't think is even pictured on the back. But I do have, oh yeah, he's right there. So this is just one I didn't have. This uses the long wheelbase motorcycle. I don't know what it's called. In the main line, it's not called a Street Nose. This is called that specifically for this line. These come with motorcycle riders attached to them, but you can take them off. They are not permanently fixed. They just wrap around the handlebars, so you can take them off the handlebars. You can take the figures off. There is the deco on the side there. Looks like some cogs and stuff. This casting is completely metal except for the plastic windshield. That is the driver right there. He looks robotic slash android slash skeletal, which looks kind of cool. It's kind of freestyle. This is something I wish they would kind of bring back, or if they were going to put bikes in the silver line, to include riders on with them, which would be really, really cool. You can get a Silver Series motorcycle set with riders. That'd be really cool. And then this one right here, this is the Blastus 2. The Blastus 2, this definitely looks like something straight out of like Judge Dredd or Demolition Man. But this looks super, super cool. They just sit in these little blisters. Some of these riders are very nice and fixed. A lot of the drivers just fall right off. This driver doesn't stay on there all that well. There is the bike. The bike looks pretty good. It's got a skull picture on there. It just uses a single swing arm, so it's only connected on one side. Transparent red. Very interesting fork in the front. Very, very cool bike. And, of course, this is your driver, who looks like some type of soldier from Helldivers or something like that. Just saying. But it looks kind of cool. Looks kind of cool. This guy doesn't particularly hold on to the handlebars like the other guy did, where they were molded around. He's just more kind of just designed to just kind of sit there. So we'll put him up at the top since he just kind of sits there. They both have really fat rear tires, so they fit on there pretty good. All right, Supra. Yes, this is the Supra for the, what's the HJ? I think this is the KK Supra. Of course, straight out of Malaysia. So that is the Supra right there. I've been buying these for a little bit. The black chrome wheels are very, very nice. Aero blades on the front. The 10 spokes on the back. Chrome or copper Spectre Flame. TH on the back. TH is a little bit off-center. The window canopy needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but a little bit of red print on there. You do get some taillight prints on there. And, of course, it is printed up McLaren Speedtail on the back, which actually looks pretty good. Plastic base on this, just as you'd expect. Just coming from the main line, a little bit of a McLaren logo right on the front, but pretty straightforward. Super time. Old School Blackwall, yes. I've been hunting this one for quite some time. A friend of mine hooked me up with this for helping him do some stuff. He hooked me up with this. This is about as close to mint as you can get. This is the very, very rare metal base Combat Medic United States Postal Service version. This one is, like I said, it's almost brand new. The doors don't quite stay closed in the back, but it just has very, very minute little flea bites on it. I mean, just a little bit. The deco's a little bit crooked on this side, but I mean, this thing is just clean. I mean, you can just look at the tires. It hasn't been driven around or nothing like that. So this thing has been Kept very, very well its entire life, so I'm very, very stoked to get that. That is a very difficult piece to pick up for sure. All right, Hot Wheels pullback speeders. Yes, I didn't even realize there was a second color of the 911 GT3. The first one was blue. This one is in orange. Let's see, is this taped? It is taped. So we'll get this out of here. I bought this at the flea market for $3, which I don't know why they were selling it for $3, but I got it for $3, and that's about half price of going rate. So I'm okay with that. So they looks like they may have changed the. Let's see here. Oof. It says fold the tabs up. There we go. And those tabs are really in there. Fold the tabs up, and then there we go. So I'm not really sure why that's on there so tight, but it is. So we'll throw the package out of here. So there is our 911 GT3. It is, of course, a pullback speeder. So pull it out, and it takes off. It does have kind of soft ply tires on it. Not necessarily rubber, but soft ply. Some base details right there. Nothing particularly fancy. S30A. So maybe this was the first color and the blue was the second color. I don't know. All I know is I haven't seen orange yet, so I'm pretty happy to get this one. Just because it's a Porsche. Details in the back look average. It looks okay. It's a nice inkjet style printing. Opening doors on this guy as well. So the two doors open up. Lensed headlights. So not too shabby. Too shabby. It's a biggie guy, so we'll put him right there. It's a little bit bigger. Last Hot Wheels item I have. Very last Hot Wheels item I have. Tomb Raider: The Chronicle of Life. Lara Croft. This was a promo set done with the Roll Patrol and, of course, the Scorchin' Scooter. Two castings that I collect. This particular set is not necessarily the easiest set to find. We're going to go ahead and just do our prototypical cut these, even though they are metal. Should be pretty straightforward. There we go. We'll get our Scorchin' Scooter off of there. It is wrapped, double wrapped. There we go. There we go. And then the Roll Patrol, which is not on there with the metal. What is on there with the metal bands? But there we go. Get that one cracked off. And that one as well. So there we go. So it's actually, it's like that, it's like a paracord kind of stuff. So get that off of there. All right. Sorry about that. There is our Roll Patrol. Of course, it says Tomb Raider on the side. Lara Croft. It's got some, like hieroglyphics on the side. And then a ridiculous picture of Angelina Jolie as Tomb Raider. Lara Croft herself was a pretty decent adaptation of the game to a movie, but not the greatest. But it was pretty decent. And then this one just says Lara Croft on the side, the Cradle of Life. Just another Scorchin' Scooter to add to the collection. They've done just so many of those. The Scorchin' Scooter is just out of control. Just out of control. I got a Chase. Yes, I got a Chase, and I pulled it from Hobby Lobby. This is, of course, the Suburban. This is the raw for the Black Bandit. So I pulled this Chase. Pretty happy about that. So we'll get this cracked open right here. There we go. Good old Suburban Chase. Always nice to find a Chase of a casting I actually collect, because sometimes you find Chases and stuff you don't collect. So nothing particularly fancy. It is just the raw version. So nice polished metal on there. Looks very, very good. Details look the same as the Black Bandit one. We've already cracked open the original one on the channel in a previous haul. Maybe I did a specific video for the Black Bandits, but I doubt it. But this one looks really, really good, so I'm pretty stoked about that one. So that guy right there. And then the very last item I have in the whole haul. Yes, look at that highway hauler. Road and Track. This is Maisto. This is one of their Kenworth trucks. This is for U-Haul. I have Hawaii, New York, I want to say North Carolina, but I don't have California. So they did about 10, between 8 and 10 different locations for U-Haul. So just trying to hunt them all down. They were released at different points in time and stuff like that. So pretty nice to add a truck onto the diecast haul again. This is a pretty good casting. The only thing I don't like about it is they use the dually setup wheels for the front end as well. It doesn't look too bad. It's just a little bit big, but it looks okay. U-Haul on the side does have the aero cowl on the top. Chrome pipe off of the side. Chrome grill on there as well. Has a little bit of suspension in there, just the way that the base is set up. You can see the leaf springs move just a little bit. This is the original version of these castings. The stuff you find now from Maisto are absolutely junk. These ones were really, really good back in the day. There is your trailer for California. It has the Golden Gate Bridge on there. This is one giant sticker that wraps all the way around to the other side. One gigantic sticker, so that way they can get the print all the way around the front. This has opening doors in the back. There you go. So pretty average trailer, pretty straightforward trailer. Trailer is exactly the same style and size as the Majorette 600 series. Even has the little bracer piece or metal, whatever you want to call it. I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be, but it has the same one as the Majorette castings do. So they probably just copied it. So no big deal there. So there is your U-Haul truck. So there it is. That is episode 80 Diecast haul. Yeah, a lot of junk. I get it. But, this is stuff that, I like to collect. I like the weird stuff. But let me drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about those. Because I know this stuff doesn't really appeal to that many people. But stuff like this really does. So anyways, we got everything for everybody here on the channel, as we always do. We love Diecast. We love everything about it. We're going to roll out. Catch you next time on the LevelM. Peace.